pop off for this Sunday, the 29th of June, 2025. I turned off the Wi-Fi, so hopefully that'll help and not cut us off the air because I'm a little too far from the router to have the Wi-Fi on. Now, normally it knows to switch itself off. I don't do it and I put the GPS on and head down the road. It usually knows that it has to turn itself off because I'm going to be out of range pretty quick. But out here in the yard, it doesn't seem to know that. So it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon here, and I figured I would just relax this evening and move worldwide ramblings. Well, we always try to have Wednesday. There's Karen.
Hi.
Hi. I didn't expect you to pop in behind me.
I'm popping on to pop off.
Oh, well, what would you like to pop off about?
I'm looking for the cat.
Willie Loomis?
Yeah.
He's missing? I hope he didn't go towards the road. We take a real risk in letting this cat out, but he begs. And once he's out there, once he got out without invitation, he's now addicted to being out there. He's got a black cat named Suki Forbes from Dark Shadows um, that that he's in love with. But Suki married Tabby, and they have at least four kittens now. And Tabby is not running away from his responsibilities, although I don't think he has a job. So, who is joining us here? Jupiter's Realm. Hi, Jack and Karen. Couldn't believe it. Karen came on with her hair up, too. Rhonda Wolf. Ha, 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 hi. Katina Swansworth with a smiley face. Yes, I don't have a shirt on. It's true, Katina. I have a pillow in front of me instead. I am wearing my shorts and sneakers. It's just so beautiful, and it's in the 80s, and I could have run inside and gotten a shirt, but just didn't want to, I'm in a serene mood here. And I figured the pillow would do. Oh, you're coming in. You're back.
Back. I found him.
You found him and put him in the house?
No, he's on the step. He was under the steps.
Yeah,
I found him.
because it's too dangerous for you
Mhm.
to be lifting a 222-pound cat up the stairs.
I know where he is.
You know where he
He's
is.
not wandering away.
I don't think so. He's usually pretty okay with staying in the backyard. Because we live on a busy street. Katina Sputsworth says hi, Karen.
Hi.
She can't hear that.
Hi.
No, you got to go full volume.
Hi.
That's the highest you can get, huh? All right. Can you try one more time?
Hi.
Hi, Katina.
Go away now. Turn it around.
I don't even know if I got you on there properly because I look and I've got half of your face or something. I'm not too good at that. You think it would aim right for you, but what do I know? Linda Justice says hi, Karen.
Hello, Linda.
Hello, Linda. I don't think you can hear that, but Mr. Jack, I am too tired to pop off. Yeah, I have felt like that before. Usually when I get into the studio, I come alive, but I figured tonight I just don't really have anything now. Did they make any announcements? Well, the service is not up till this evening. I have a feeling next Sunday will be the Sunday. I could be wrong. I'd be Bob Joyce and then Elvis in the afternoon. I mean, with a hot tamale dinner. Remember, Karen, when we had tamales at Mr. Washy Washy's laundromat?
Yes.
Oh, yes. I think you need to project a little more. Oh. Goodness. Yeah, we did, but they didn't have a food license. They had no business being there. I thought when I saw them right away, I was going to ask the owner, Mr. Washy Washy, about it because they could have cost him. In fact, I think he had to pay some fines. I think he did. You can't just circumvent the process and open up a little food stand in back of the laundromat. You're cooking the food from your house, and that means they have to go there and inspect it to see if that kitchen is clean. There's a whole lot of steps that you can't just ignore. I said, I said to myself, the first time they come to inspect Brother Bruno's and the Chinese restaurant all in the same strip mall and the bagel place, they're coming there and saying, "What the heck is this? What's going on here?" Brenda Sweeney is here. Hi, Brenda Sweeney. And Rhonda says she feels that they will announce the opening next week for next Sunday. I really think it's got to be close now. I really do. I mean, Matt Joyce wants to sing his Elvis songs, for goodness sakes, in the afternoon. I don't know what location that will be at, but it's a tamale dinner that comes with your ticket price. And it's not like free if you don't want the tamale dinner. There'd be people that would think that. I swear they would. Oh, well, I'll just say I don't want the tamale dinner and then it's free. No, no. Might as well have the tamale dinner. And there's going to be merchandise and raffles and all that going on there at Matt Joyce as Elvis on the Sunday afternoon after Household of Faith's debut in the new church. Um, well, look at that. Jody Smith hits a thanks button for $1. Jody, you're wonderful. You're wonderful. I want to thank everybody that contributed in the month of June. We didn't make the goal in terms of views, but there are a number of people that compensated for that by hitting the thanks button that you see here and the Cash App Media Guy 56. I'll just say it once, lowercase letters Media Guy 56. But I'm not really asking today. I'm just very thankful for those that did in the month of June, you know. Very, very thankful. And that's very odd on an Elvis impersonator the day the new church opens. You like to do that. Katina, things that make you go, And they're going to do it once a month. Once a month. You know, this is like going to be a regular gig for Matt, and I would love to go myself. I would. I don't know how welcome I'd be there, but I would love to go myself. But I'm going to be tied up for a while here with Karen's surgery on the way. And the trolls remain. Funny thing about the pop-ons, you know. I'm not Jewish, but my boss is a Jewish carpenter. Isn't it funny? Pastor Bob Joyce is a carpenter as well. Some say he was a union carpenter for a number of years. There are people that have sworn they worked with him, you know. You just don't know. Thank you, Jody. Have the day off today? That's very good, Jody. I'm glad you're off today. Is it nice weather like it is here? I mean, what's the temperature? We do have a thermometer here. Looks like about 82 degrees. 82 degrees here. It's a lot better than 101 in Texas, or I don't know about where Richard Lyon is in West Palm Beach, if it's that warm. But Texas has been very hot, and a number of other places as well. So, didn't go any music this week. Well, we went Friday night, but our friends Sean and Norma went to 3 concerts this weekend. and I think they would have liked us to go to at least one of them. And
Bluegrass, Dad, bluegrass.
it's bluegrass. I like some bluegrass. Wasn't polka, but we'll see them Thursday night at the Jimmy Sturr concert, and I'll bring some of that to you. It'll be terrific. It'll be terrific. And if it does rain, it won't be outside. They'll bring it into the Paramount Theater. Paramount Theater. Jimmy is the only act that does the summer concert series where they do that for. Everybody else just gets canceled, and they never seem to find a way to reschedule them. What always seems to happen is the bands that people really want to see get canceled, and the bands that we really don't care about in August, they're okay. They're okay. So, what would you say to Pastor Bob given the opportunity? Someone asked me that if it wasn't you, Jupiter's Realm, a couple of weeks ago, and I have no agenda, just to greet him and say it's very nice to meet him, gauge his reaction. He may just want to move on quick, and that's fine. I have no magic question that I would try to throw at him, you know. Um, Obviously, if he was willing to do an interview, I would have some questions, but they wouldn't be gotcha questions. If it seemed like he wanted to talk, he'd have an opportunity, but he's never going to do it with Jack. He's going to do it with somebody far more important than me. Rhonda Wolf, Jupiter, I would like to know how it's related to Mini May or Mini Me. There's a Mini May and there's a Mini Me, isn't there, now that I think about it? Those always itches when I do these broadcasts, and I know what that's supposed to mean, and it bothers me. But so Karen's going to be listening to audio in the background. It's like 100 in Arkansas. Yeah, you know, and they have George Magazine live in August, and that's tough going. Maybe they should move it, but then they feel it's easier for people to travel there in August. No school to worry about. Of course, many of the people that are going there are older than young parents' age, you know. That would be my guess. That would be my guess. So we have 18 watching, 20 watching now, 5 likes. Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning into this pop on. Decided not to do the Sunday night worldwide ramblings. I feel it would be forced, and I don't do my best work when I'm forced. I want to have something that I feel is really worthy of speaking about. Couple of things I wanted to tell you about. Teresa Panel, who comes on here all the time, has I tried to load a pre-recorded video about this, and for some reason I could not get it to load. I'm not sure what's going on there. I thought maybe it was because I talked about Mamdani. I just posed a question about him. Everybody's talking about this Mamdani, who won the Democratic primary in New York City. So I just posed a question about him. Certainly didn't come to any conclusions, but there's all kinds of people that will be speaking about him. Certainly those in the Trump administration, etc. But anyway, I was talking about Teresa Panel's Facebook page, which is called Tez's Treasures. Tez's Treasures. Teza Treasures. Teza's Treasures. I guess it's Teza apostrophe S. Treasures. And her Her email, I think I can remember it from heart. It's a crazy email. Um, that's why I can remember it. It's all lowercase letters, Teza underscore Teza at yahoo.com. That's actually her email. She'll write me and say, why is that not a good email? But she has some wonderful products, some that you might like, and they're available for purchase, as Joe Dirt's parents said in the movie Joe Dirt. Remember that, when they had all their clowns on the shelf? Uh, Teza has many things that she makes. She embroiders, she monograms. She can take a mug and put your family photo on the mug if you want. And she has other things too. So check her out. I think all you have to do is go to Teza's Treasures, Teza apostrophe S, Treasures, Teza's Treasures on Facebook. Maybe you can like her as a friend, and then you can private message her and ask her to see some of her products, that you might be interested in. Always try to do something to help people out that, are nice enough to help me out. But I have to be careful what I put up. I don't have free reign. The hotel is attached to the convention center, to the Bank OZK Arena. Is that also the the Hot Springs Convention Center? Is it all one conglomeration? Someone was trying to tell me last time that the Rainier Hall Theater was connected. I mean, this can't be one building with like 6 different things in it, so I'm confused about that. But the Bank OZK Arena has more seats than the regular convention center. So you should be okay for Sunday, the 17th, when Pastor Bob Joyce brings the Household of Faith service to the Bank OZK Arena for a 10 a.m. Central service. And you'll have a good praise team with them. More bells and whistles. There'll be an altar call afterwards, and it's probably going to be a great experience, which I'm sure they'll put some of it on TV. Oh, yeah, Minnie Mae, we're talking about that. People say that they have a picture of Bob Joyce's living room, and Minnie Mae is in that living room, just like she was in Elvis's living room, right? Is that another coincidence that we can add? How about a state-of-the-art sound system with many speakers and fantastic equipment? That's not really the norm at that level, is it? But I have a feeling Pastor Bob knows his music. He knows his music. So what happened last year, Rhonda, is the main hotel that they were advising you stay at. I don't think they ever said they got a special rate. I've been a little unhappy with the promotion that's coming out of there in terms of promoting George Magazine Live. Last year they had a solid, I don't want to say 60-second spot. I don't know how long it ran, but it was a tight spot that told you most of what you needed to know. That works better than a rambling, trying to be witty video where we're talking about Mexican food via a gas station. Just saying. And I think that the addition of Sabrina Joyce, which I did not see, advertised on the George magazine. I didn't see it. I couldn't find it. Um, that's a great addition, and you really want to promo that. Let's face it, if you had a Saturday afternoon sing along with Pastor Bob Joyce, Matt Joyce, and Sabrina Joyce, you could do it in the Bank OZK Arena, and it would be a huge hit. That's all you need. That's really all you need. Um, but who am I to say? Who am I to say? Nobody asked my opinion. Um, you're promoting to a mostly female audience. Think about who will appeal most to a female audience. I can't believe how itchy my nose is, Karen. You're going to think I'm lying here.
Yeah.
This happens a lot. Jody Smith, I think Pastor Bob might need to install security cameras at the new church. I think there should be a physical presence there round the clock. A physical presence there around the clock. That's my personal opinion. Because you have a window of opportunity when it's just cameras and maybe a voice telling you that the police are on the way and that kind of thing. I think there should be a physical presence there, just like I think there should be security around the pastor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's how it would have been in the old days. Oh, only if some of those weird conspiracy theories about him are real, you know. That's just my thought. Yeah, you need a physical presence. Um, and you're talking about the new documentary. I haven't heard much about that lately. I think it's going to. I think what you're saying is it's going to be noticed by the Elvis derangement syndrome crowd. They will be strong. Here's Richard Lyon, the Grand Patriarch. Yes, Richard, I'm sitting out here with no shirt on. Jack's Beauty Salon. Yes, for the over 90 crowd. Should I dye my hair blue now? Let's see. Will he be on the cover of George magazine again? I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Yeah, I worry about that. You know, you can't build all that and have nobody there. You know, people got to be looking out. My goodness, I did a lot of security posts over the years, guys, working for Burns Security and many other security companies. And they wanted a physical guard just in case. Just in case. But of course, we didn't have a gun or anything. In Arkansas, they would have guns. So, Richard, maybe Jack will be on the cover of George. Yeah, in the year 2525, if man is still alive, if woman can survive. Mod Army. I'm not drunk. I did have a little wine, though. That's rare, but we had some. What do we have? Moscato wine. It's all gone, too. I didn't have too much. But yeah, I suppose you could make that case that I could be just a little buzzed. I'm not going to get in the car and go anywhere. Hi, Marty Greco. Hi, Jack and everyone. Got off work early, and I am glad to be here. Wonderful. It's just for a little bit because I have to hold this phone. Karen's not going to hold it for me. And she's leaving the gazebo now. She's probably looking for our cat, Willie Loomis.
No, I'm looking for the kittens.
Oh, the kittens. Yes, the kittens are under the shed over there. That shed. There's 4 of them or 5 of them. The boys next door say there's 5. There goes Karen in search. She knows where they get into the shed underneath, you know. Be careful, there could be ticks. There could be ticks. Grass gets a little high over there because we didn't want to scare the kittens. So, you know, that's how that is. And Suki Forbes, their mother, is looking out protectively. Of course, Suki eats 3 meals a day here. Now, for you Ultra Dark Shadows fans that aren't easily offended, and I don't blame you if you are offended, I'm just saying I have to warn you. There's a guy who's been very much involved with Dark Shadows events and what have you. And he's just released a movie on Prime Video. And it's got, let me see, it's got David Selby in it. It's got Catherine Lee Scott, Maggie Evans. It's got Lisa Richards, although you hardly recognize her because she's wearing glasses, big sunglasses. And the movie ends with the last scene that Lara Parker ever did. She's sitting down. She's dying of cancer. They put a wig on her. And she's sitting down talking to the guy who's the lead character of the movie. And it's a very poignant scene at the end with Lara Parker with only months to live at that time. But it is not, it is not something that's going to be on the Hallmark Channel. The lead character plays a former porn star. It's now 10 years later. He's no longer famous and he's down on his luck. He can't even pay his rent. And this guy who works for an agency finds him on the beach, recognizes him, and he works in a firm that hires talent for commercials and things like that. And he says, I can get you work. I can get you work. And that leads to Catherine Lee Scott, who runs the agency from Dark Shadows. She doesn't like him at all. She doesn't want to hire an ex-porn star, who wants to go straight. So David Selby plays a very amusing character. He plays the father of the former porn star. Lisa Richards lives in the house. She's Aunt Somebody. And at the end, as I say, is that last scene ever with Lara Parker, who played Angelique on the original Dark Shadows series. So we had to rent that for, I think it was $4.99. And but it's not for the easily offended. It's not for the easily offended, But I wanted to tell you about that in case this is only for the hardcore Dark Shadows fans that would want to see that. So, it's called The Amazing Nick D. The Amazing Nick D. They don't spell out the last name, but you don't have to be too smart to figure it out. Let's see. Happy anniversary, baby. Got you on my mind. Happy anniversary, baby. Who am I singing to, Jupiter's Realm? It's not my anniversary. This year, August, would have been my 40th wedding anniversary, I think. We only lasted 17 years, but it would have been my 40th. Jack. Rick Hurst, who played Deputy Cletus on the Dukes of Hazzard, has recently died. Did I see a posting for that? Saw a posting for somebody that had died. I'm very sorry to hear that. I only watched the show a little bit. But we're hearing about so many deaths right now. So many people are dying. There goes Karen again, searching for a kitty of some sort. We have a number of feral cats that come around here. We have a family of raccoons. We have uh, we have no dogs. There are no dogs. Um, and we have squirrels. Sammy and Samantha and their children, Stanley and Sabrina Squirrel. And we have two really cool married doves. You know, doves married and they marry for life. Doves marry for life. I mentioned the raccoons, Roxy and the cross-eyed one, whoever that is, and and now we've lost Willie. That's not good. I hope he's not out in the front. He wants to be out there so much. He usually knows to stay in the back. Suki is here, huh? Here's Suki. Suki, where are you going? Can't you pose for the camera? Here's Suki, I think. So, thank you, Jupiter's Realm, says Robin Roman. So, are you having an anniversary, Jupiter's Realm? No super secret squirrel? Jupiter's Realm? No, that's Neo. I should have known Neo. Neo Neon. Let me see. Can I turn this around? Hi, Suki. Come on down, say hello to the people. Such a beautiful day here. Beautiful day. So I'm doing this instead of doing a Sunday night 8 o'clock because I just feel that I'm kind of burnt, you know. There's our thermometer gauge, about 82 degrees, about 82. And there you go. Eating watermelon, yum, yum, and drinking unsweetened tea. Okay. Yeah, we've had some good watermelon this year. Those seedless ones, those little seedless ones are really nice. Jody Smith enjoying that. You're going to have all of us show up at your house. Well, I better buy a grill then. I better buy a grill. We had a grill once, but you know, it went to the junkyard. 80 degrees in Missouri, where I'm at, says Jody Smith. You can't find Willie? No. Uh-oh, that's not good. Yeah. He was laying on the ground. He usually knows to stay out of danger. But he's got a thing for this cat Tabby because Tabby stole his sweetheart, Suki Forbes, and then got her pregnant. And now she has kids. I try to explain Willie You've got to move on. You've got to move on. I know how you feel. I know how you feel, but you got to move on. Just looking back here at the comments. Just a magical day, you know? So we'll see you Wednesday night at 10 p.m. for Worldwide Ramblings. I think I'll just relax tonight. A little infection on my thumb here. I have to soak it. I put some antibiotic cream. That's why it's so shiny. Antibiotic gel. But I got to keep an eye on this. I may have to go get an antibiotic tomorrow if this doesn't make improvement. Oh, and the birds. Yeah, we got a bird feeder. We got suet and thistle and all that stuff. So 46 watching, 10 likes, 249 on the thanks button. Somebody hit the thanks button that I did not see. I think there's Richard. There's Jody. Maybe someone hit the Cash App. I'm not sure. Jack, if Matt Joyce proves to be popular, will they keep having him at a bigger venue? Yeah. I think he sees this as an opportunity to share what he loves to do, which is impersonate Elvis Presley. Now, you know, Pastor Bob is going to show up at least at the first show. So when those tickets go on sale, grab one. Grab one. It won't be forever. It won't be forever. Those tickets won't be available forever because it comes with a nice tamale dinner. And if you can possibly get there, it would be wonderful, I'm sure. Now remember, there's only 300 seats in that sanctuary. So if everybody comes, they got a major problem the very first day. I think it just said my device is overheating. I don't know. But oh, there you are, Jody. Yes, 149. I see it now. I see it now. That brought us up to 249. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Jack, what would be the odds of Pastor Bob? He couldn't resist, and he starts singing too. I think the odds of him singing are extremely high because I think Matt Joyce will want that. And just like when they were at Denton's in